Welcome to this week's edition of the Pelican Sports Post Game Show with Buddy Sanji. I'm Tommy Krysan. LSU goes up to Oxford, Mississippi. They take care of business. Third win in a row in league play. 2 on the road. 40-24, your final score. LSU over Ole Miss. Budman, your thoughts on the game?
I tell you what, TK, settling for a lot of field goals earlier. LSU explodes. Offensively, Darius Geis becomes the first SEC player to ever have 3 games over 250. He was phenomenal. TK, I thought he'd have a big game. Said he'd have a couple of touchdowns and 150 yards, but he blew me out by 126 more. Connor Cope, let's give him credit. This guy's in a groove, kicking the ball. LSU a little sloppy at times. Still got to get a better passing game, but all in all, definite a positive step this weekend for LSU's football program. Ed Orgeron 6-2. You know what all the history with Ole Miss. All the talk, chicken on a stick. LSU grills Ole Miss tonight by 16. And now you got 2 weeks to get ready for a big one against Bama.
You know, and it was not talked about. All Ed Orgeron said was it's all about the team. It's not about him, never will be about him. And that's exactly what you would expect him to say, exactly what he should say. But I can guarantee you, as he gets on that bus to go back to the airport tonight, or maybe he gets home, he's going to know that he got the guys that he was there for 3 years. And we know there was a lot of friction there from the day he got there, but it's going to be a sweet thing. He won't say it, but it's going to be very, very sweet. But more importantly, that's 3 wins in a row for LSU in league play, 2 of them on the road. Open date coming up, and Buddy, this is a chance for this team to just get ready for what could be a season-telling game if they can win in Tuscaloosa.
No doubt. Give us a call at 928-4910, area code 225. Hey, played Darrell Williams and Geis in the same backfield at the same time a lot tonight.
For years.
Well, I just wish Matt Canada would have been here to have Fournette and Geis last year. But, hey, a lot of positives to talk about tonight.
Let's go to Bill in Gonzales. Bill, you're on the postgame show.
All right, Tommy, Buddy, it's good to see y'all tonight.
Thank you.
And I'm going to be positive at first here. You know, I don't think the Tigers have put together a full game yet. Like I've been saying since the second half of the Troy game, they're finally coming together as a team, and the last few weeks have shown that. Like y'all started off the show, I love their effort tonight. I mean, it could have used a couple more touchdowns early on, but I'll tell you what, the offense moved the ball a lot. Problems. DBU was kind of PU, you know, they had their picks. But it's like, still, they giving up too many long throws. And like one time, I think it was either second or third quarter, Ole Miss had like third and 18, and bam, first down, and no trouble for them. And tackling was kind of atrocious early on, too. But I will say this, I was really excited that the offense moved the ball and that, you know, we got something going on. We got the worst opponent of all coming up next week with open date. The boys just got to keep their noses clean and everything, you know, and work hard because, you know, got to use the old Civil War thing they taught us in school years ago. When Lincoln put General Grant in charge of Army of the Potomac, he said to his troops that don't worry about what Bobby Lee's going to do to you. Worry about what you're going to do to Bobby Lee. And so, you know, in a couple of weeks, I hope Alabama's worried about what we're going to do to them, too. But overall tonight, guys, you know, I like the effort. I think we got something good going.
Yeah, nice history lesson there. Bill, I think the only thing that you got to say, TK, you got to throw the ball downfield. And you got to throw the ball to the wide receivers. Bill, excellent call as always. Appreciate you starting off the show.
Thank you, Bill. Let's go to Frank in Baton Rouge. Frank, you're on the postgame show.
Frank, you're slipping. You coming in number 2. You finishing second.
I'm getting slow in my old age.
You finishing second, like Les Miles used to say.
But don't say that, man. Don't say that.
Just kidding you, Frank. Happy Saturday night.
You know, I was on man all the way. I never left him. I'm with him all the way. I think tonight on defense, they got a B-.
I'll be honest with you. I think they were a little, I don't know what their problem was. But I just hope they can get up Alabama. I don't look for them to beat Alabama, but I hope they do.
Well, look, LSU becomes bowl eligible tonight. That's number one. Bill gave us a history lesson, but Darius Geis, the only player in the SEC to ever have 3 games over 250 rushing the football, pretty special. Let's be honest, Frank, you're going to have to play a little bit better. They did have 3 takeaways tonight. TK, I don't think they turned it over, so that'd be a +3 in the turnover ratio. That's positive. Connor Culp is really kicking the ball and very good with tempo. Frank, I've always talked about golfers and field goal kickers. And when you have that tempo and everything's so smooth, he's kicking it right down the pipe, plenty distance. You like that, but way too many gashes up the gut on the defense. Devin White, and they alternated a lot of backers next to him. Donnie Alexander did not play much. A lot of Tyler Taylor, a lot of Jacob Phillips. We know Grant Delpit had an INT. We know Dante Jackson made some plays, Frank. But overall, they are getting better. They are playing more together. And I got to tell you, Frank, that the first couple of series, what Canada was doing from play calling, that was fun to see guys come in motion and take the jet sweep, to see Williams going out and catching a little dink and dunk. You know I'm a big believer in throwing the ball to the backs out the backfield. But, look, it's Ole Miss, and they were giving up a ton of yardage. Hey, great win tonight. Now you got 2 weeks to face Bama.
How'd they come out on injuries? That's what I want to know.
I think there were some bumps and bruises. TK Russell Gage got dinged. He came back. Not sure. But look, we've been talking about it the last couple of weeks. When are those first-team preseason All-Americans going to get there? Tonight's Darius Geis and Arden Key look like them, Frank.
Yeah, I agree with y'all. Look, I'm going to let y'all go and let some other people call.
Appreciate the call. Let's go to Jimmy in Grand Isle. Jimmy, you're on the post-game show.
Yes, sir. Go Tigers. Let me ask you this question. When was the last time that a quarterback, a fullback, and a tight end for LSU scored touchdowns?
Jimmy, that's a heck of a trivia question, and I don't think me and this man next to me can answer that.
The quarterback, the tight end,
And the fullback.
and the fullback?
Fullback.
J.D. Moore actually he's lifted. You know, they're listed as F-backs, H-backs, tight ends, all of that. He got in on the shuttle. Danny got in on the scramble, and then Foster Morrow. Foster Morrow will never have one like that again, Jimmy.
No, but go Tigers. Happy for Coach O.
Okay, buddy, stay safe. Always got to tell the people in Grand Isle stay safe because you never know when
the wind blows,
crazy.
water come
Yeah.
up. All right, once again, final score is 40-24. The phone number to call, area code 225-928-4910. Text message line if you want to communicate that way. Many of you are. Backup quarterback of Ole Miss, better than than the LSU quarterback. Another text message says, thumbs up to Geis and Culp. Thumbs down to sloppy tackling and kick coverage. Another text message says, this is fun. 3 straight wins in league play is always fun. Geis is nice. That comes from Floyd down in Patterson.
All right.
We got to get to a break. Later on in the show, we'll hear from Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com, as well as Ronnie Rance, who's in Oxford. We'll get his comments after he talks to some folks in the locker room. Final score, LSU 40, Ole Miss 24. Back with your calls and texts. Buddy Sanji, Tommy Krysan on WUBR 9:10 a.m., as well as Pelican Sports TV. Stay with us. Acord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Acord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including Optimap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Acord Eye Clinic for an appointment. 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Acord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a Formal Affair.
My name is Raven. I work at Debbie's Bridal, and she makes your dreams come true.
Spread the roar. That's right, Tigers Roar. Each Wednesday night at 8 p.m., Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and New Orleans. Replays are Thursday through Saturday, and the show is available at youtube.com/Pelican Broadcasting. Tommy Chrysan and Jordy Holtberg will have the latest on LSU football, LSU sports, and sports from across Louisiana. Spread the roar. Tigers Roar on Pelican Sports TV.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
We continue with the Pelican Sports post-game show. Bowl eligible. No one in the state thought that they'd make it by tonight. That was a legitimate question after Troy. Text message says bowl eligible, which they are with the win tonight. Bama wins by 28 or more because LSU don't have a quarterback. Enjoy the game tonight. Big game for who in 2 weeks. Won't have to worry about any kickoff returns. I guess Bama's kicker puts it in the end zone. All right, let's go to the phone lines. The number's 225-928-4910. Text message line is area code 504-689-9246. Let's go to James in Erath. James, welcome to the post-game show.
Thank you for taking my call, guys. I know when I had spoke to y'all last week, I had mentioned if we thought that Darius was 100% yet. I think tonight, with a lot of confidence, we can say that he is. I also want to give a shout-out to the offensive line. These young men seem to be kind of growing up a little bit. I know in pass protection they struggled just a little bit, but on the run side, these young men are starting to step up a little bit. And I think we need to give a little bit of credit to them because without them, Darius is not going to run for those 200-something yards. You know?
276. 276 on 22 carries. That's over 12 yards a carry. I can do that math. Darrell Williams over 100 as well at 103. Tigers rush for 393.
James, the fun part about this game was when you saw Geis run the first couple of times, you said that is the old number 5 that we watched last year. TK, we wasn't trying to be negative on the kid. He didn't look the same. I thought he came in a little heavy. We did find out that he had gotten dinged at a scrimmage a couple weeks before the season, just like Fournette did. You saw the real Geis. Now the interesting thing, James, is you lick your wounds, you get the guys a couple days off, you come up with the best game plan. Look, if LSU plays defense like they played tonight at the line of scrimmage, Alabama is going to gash them. But I think there's a little bit more hope after seeing Geis, seeing Arden Key, seeing what Matt Canada did. The comment about kickoffs, don't worry about kickoffs, they were saying and intimating LSU won't score, so they won't have to kick off a bunch.
Oh.
But All in all, James, a pretty solid B or B plus tonight. Agreed?
I agree. I think we're going to see a little bit better games. I think we're going to see a better game than what a lot of people think against Alabama. Maybe I'm being optimistic, but that's the way I see it. And like you said, we have a while to prepare for them, get some guys healthy, get some bruises fixed up, and I think we'll be ready to go. I think Coach O's going to have them ready to go. I think it's going to be better than what people think it is.
It'll be a fun 2 weeks to get ready for it.
Hey, James, I text this to TK during the game.
Uh-oh.
And I think it bears mentioning again. When Danny takes longer to see the play develop, he struggles.
Yeah.
But when you get him something quick, he's good. Now, let's give Danny some credit. He put a ball right there for Stephon Sullivan, and he dropped it in the end zone.
Yeah.
And then he had a third down completion to Russell Gage, and he dropped it. But I just think if you know that Bama's going to send the kitchen sink, if they can call the right plays and get them out of sync a little bit. But TK, you and I were talking during the game, the longer the play takes to develop, James, the more Danny struggles. And that's why people don't think he's good enough to beat Alabama. And he probably isn't. But there's a little light at the end of the tunnel because he is getting better. The offense is getting better. But you've got to complete some balls, James, to wide receivers if you're going to play with a team like Alabama.
Yeah, sure. You got to have your full. You have to have your full arsenal available to you. I think quick hits, slants, quick hits is what you're going to need. He gets half your feet whenever he takes a while for the play to develop. Starts getting those half your feet, and his feet are not set a lot of times when he's throwing the football. So I mean, that's kind of what his problem is. You know, that's kind of part of the problem. And I think if we can give him the tools, like I said, a little slants and quick passes, screens, bubble screens, so forth, so on, and move the ball, I think, and get your receivers in open, get them in open space, and let them catch it and make their moves after they catch. I think we can give them a better game than what people think here, and maybe surprise them. Let's see what happens.
Well, the one thing that drove me quite crazy last year, TK, you remember it. Geis did not get his shot against Bama. Geis had 2 carries for 8 yards, and I want to say Fournette had 17 or 18, and I was livid, James, because I think Geis is going to be tougher to tackle than Fournette, who didn't do anything, TK, for 3 years against Bama. But it goes back to got to play it a little bit better at the line of scrimmage defensively. Got to convert on third downs. Certainly, it was good to see Arden Key. He looked faster. I think he had 2 sacks. We'll look that up and make sure. And Connor Cup's kicking. But, TK, you know this. You can't beat Alabama kicking field goals. You got to convert touchdowns because you're not going to get down there very often.
Right.
Well, I agree with that 100%. You're not going to beat them with threes.
But considering where we were 3 weeks ago, James, hey, you drink a couple for us tonight.
Oh, I'll take this compared to where we were 3 weeks ago. I promise you that. I think everybody will.
Okay, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, buddy, a couple of things. One you just mentioned. The 2 people that I know that have watched football for longer than anybody that I know are Charles Barbery and Buddy Sanji. Buddy, have you ever seen a game when not a single pass was caught by a wide receiver? This was pointed out on a text message.
I think, believe it or not, LSU did have the last game against Auburn with, it was Florida. One of these games that just happened, they only completed one.
Okay, but I'm talking about 0.
0? No.
All right, here's another one pointed out by a text message. Darrell Williams tonight had over 100 yards rushing and over 100 yards receiving. Has an LSU running back ever done that? My only guess would be Falk or Harvey Williams. You would think one of them did it, but I don't know that. That's a pure
we'll
guess.
go into
We're going to have to do a homework assignment. Buddy, your homework assignment, call Barnett. He won't know. He'll get an intern to look it up.
Well, no, Barnett was telling Geis, look, Barnett was looking on the phone. He was telling Geis how many yards he had. I was on the way over here, and who you were telling me that.
I was watching the Astros.
Hey, all you Astro fans, bring them home, baby. Bring them home. Put Giles
couple more
in.
outs.
TK, I know you were a good pitcher in college, but it's unbelievable to see these guys throwing 97, 98, 99. Of course, Chapman, we know, was throwing 100 plus. But we've been watching the Astros. I look like hell tonight. I apologize. I'm a little under the weather. And I want to give a big shout out to somebody very important to us over here at the Pelican. That's Alan Trailer, one of our boss men with the radio and TV. He's a little under the weather, so we want to give him a shout out. And we know he'll be back with us in a couple of weeks, but hang in there. And look, when you get sick, it's always great to have a special woman like Debbie. And for those of you who know Debbie Trailer, you know she's a special lady. So we hope that they're resting and having a good weekend. You get a little under the weather, TK. I guarantee you he'll be fired up and ready to go for Alabama in 2 weeks.
All right, phone number 225-928-4910. Text message line, area code 504-689-9246. We'll get to your phone calls and some of the text messages when we return after this pause on the Pelican Sports Post-Game Show. 40-24, your final from Oxford. Tigers have won the third in a row. Open date next week. Stay with us.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hooper Road Car Care in Central has been serving customers for over 24 years. Locally owned by Donald and Gina Gaspard, they provide all types of car care, including brakes, alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, AC service, transmission, computer diagnostic, and much more. Hooper Road Car Care also provides towing services. Call 225-262-7127. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30, 9695 Hooper Road in Central.
Jaguar Nation, I'd like to say thank you for your continued support of our student athletes and our coaches. Once again, you have shown America we have the greatest fans in the country. It's time. Football season. Season tickets are available. Go Jags.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge, a CLK multifamily management property. Come see this community, which has many amenities including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Stop by Cypress Lake Apartments, call 225-293-6789, or go online, live at cypresslakeapts.com. About Laundry Diva, pickup and delivery service that will wash and fold your laundry, bedding, linens, and dry cleaning. That's right. They will pick up your dry cleaning, take care of it, deliver it back to you. It's cheaper than going to the laundromat, cheaper than doing it yourself, and most importantly, it saves you time. Drop your pants and never do laundry again. They take care of all the students on the LSU campus, all the surrounding apartment communities. Go to laundrydivau.com. There's a student tab. Pickup and delivery, saving you time and money, dry cleaning, wash and fold, and much more. Call them at 225-614-1326. They're on Coursey Boulevard near Sherwood. You'll see the pink sign, laundrydivau.com, 225-614-1326. Pickup and delivery, they'll take care of your laundry. Buddy, I got a text message in. You ready for this one?
Yes, sir.
It says, Ed Orgeron
Yeah.
is doing better than Tom Herman and Jimbo Fisher combined.
What?
Florida State got beat again. Jimbo mouthed off to a fan. He had to apologize in the post-game presser. And in Texas, the dads of the players are ripping Tom Herman on Twitter for his horrible offense. He's supposed to be an offensive guy, and they just can't score. The only team worse than them offensively is Tennessee.
Well, I did happen to see the incident with Jimbo, and they are 2-4. And TK, it's amazing. You know, we talked about Coach O and the way he looked after the Troy, and you could see the lines. It's true. Politics, coaches, it ages you. You
Yes, it
remember?
does.
Look at Les Miles last week when he comes back. He looked like he was 5 years younger when he was under the stress. But Jimbo, I really believe, wanted to leave Florida State and come to LSU a couple years ago. But it didn't work out, and you know his agent got him a good deal over there. The fan was saying, get new coaches, get new coaches. And Jimbo said, get your A down here and tell that to me to my face. Well, anyway, with today's social media, everybody saw it, and I didn't hear the apology, but there is a lot of trouble in Tallahassee right now. Now you got Tom Herman, the kissing coach, and we thought this guy was going to be pretty special. In fact, I heard a local guy say that Tom Herman would win a national championship in Texas in 4 years. Now, we all opine.
They don't have any talent over there.
Well, they've got talent, but they're recruiting well this year. But bottom line is this, folks. It's a hard way to make a living when you got 18 to 23-year-olds who are determining your livelihood. And that's why they get paid millions and millions of dollars. But real quick, in case you missed it, Alabama gave up a defensive touchdown to Tennessee and otherwise dominated that. Gallo's got to be loving this, picking Alabama every week. 36.5 or whatever this week, and they went 45-7.
I'll tell you what else I noticed when I was watching the Alabama game. And, of course, that's LSU's next opponent 2 weeks from now. You're going to need to loan your hat to Little Nicky. He's getting quite bald up top, and that sun's going to get him. Hopefully put some sunscreen on there. Because, I mean, that's the first time I noticed that. I mean, Little Nicky's got you see more head up top than hair.
All right, I tell you what. You know, I said that I would wear the jacket if they beat Auburn.
And you did. I'll give you credit.
Here's the deal, folks.
The deal's coming. Marty, write this down.
If LSU beats Alabama, I will wear the jacket again, and I will not have a ball cap on.
All right, a question for you. Okay, just a serious question.
Yeah.
Can we be serious? What do you think the line will be for that game? We won't know till next Sunday. What do you think? I have a guess. You want me to go first with my guess? I already said it to a couple of the guys on the crew.
What do you think?
I think Bama's a 10-point favorite.
Oh, no, way more than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
LSU's just won 3 straight, 2 in a row.
No matter. Power rankings on.
So what do you think?
I'm going to say something like 17 or 18.
Buddy.
Yeah. Do you realize what they've been doing?
I see the games and the scores.
Do you know how many points LSU scored last year against Alabama?
None. So 17 might be low.
First of all, your home
could it be 20?
Your home field advantage is worth 6 or 7. So I don't know. I'm just saying. You asked me 17 or 18 early. I do think they will be a prohibitive underdog. I hope it's. Look, and we know Vegas sometimes is a lot closer, and that gives you an idea how the game was. Remember with the Florida and the way that spread went down to nothing at the end? Right now, I would say that you're looking at 17 or 18. That's my opinion.
All right, here's a text message that says 20 and a half. Somebody's guessing 20 and a half.
I think it's in that neighborhood, really.
All right, now here's a good question. Will the Bama game be a 7 p.m. start? We think, but we don't know.
I think after LSU winning, TK, this has happened. It's always been a big game. It's on national TV. It's the doubleheader.
It's safe to say, okay? Couldn't have said this 3 weeks ago. But the winner of the game in Tuscaloosa on November 4 is in the driver's seat for the SEC Western Division.
Well, yeah, but
True.
there's
LSU
no
controls
doubt
their
about
own
it.
destiny.
And we said
And if
this,
they can beat Bama and Tuscaloosa, they can beat Arkansas, who Auburn clobbered today.
52 to
Tennessee
20.
couldn't score against McKinley.
Bye-bye, Butch.
And Texas A&M, we'll see what happens. That's a month away.
Texas A&M is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You never know what you're going to get. LSU has not lost to them since they've been back to the conference. I have to agree with you now that I think about it. LSU,
Winner of the game on the 4th will win the West.
Well,
can you imagine saying that after the Troy game?
Well, I can't believe that I picked 9-3, and yet a couple of weeks ago, none of us thought that they would get close to that. I had somebody who's pretty high up in this state, and they asked me, and I said, "Oh, they'll beat Ole Miss and Tennessee," but look, Tennessee's horrific.
Man, I watched some of that today.
They
bad.
are.
All right, we're
bad.
going to get in a break. 40-24 is your final score.
Tell us up.
Mike from Baton Rouge will be up when we come back. Your phone calls, your text messages, keep sending them in. We appreciate it. Keep calling 225-928-4910. Buddy Sanji, Tommy Chrysan on WUBR, CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge. Get the app. It's a free app, WUBR, in your App Store or Google Play. And, of course, Pelican Sports TV, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, on the internet at PelicanSportsTV.com. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvant.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
Relief Window. Experience Relief Window.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy planker siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows is honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
Hi, I'm Roger Kador. I'm here to tell you about Smith, Shanklin, and Sosa. You won't find them on billboards, but you'll find them in the courtroom where real lawyers are. You see, billboards do not solve cases. Real trial lawyers do. So if you're hurt and need a lawyer, call 225-223-6333.
All right, we continue. Text message says, hope we can develop a short passing game and a few screens before Alabama. Appreciate that text message. Let's go to Mike in Baton Rouge. Mike, you're on the post-game show.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing?
Doing well, Mike.
You see that big hole up the middle that Ole Miss was running through?
Yes, sir.
Alabama gonna run through that hole all day. All day.
Sound like Lionel Richie.
I think they'll see that on tape, and you're exactly correct, Mike. That'll be part of their plan.
I'm Mike Lionel Richie all night long.
And Sullivan, I take back what I said last week. Looked like he soft.
Well, he just
said he's a touchdown. I couldn't believe that. I was bragging on him, and he missed that.
Don't take it personal, Mike. He wasn't trying to drop it. The receiver, he had it, and the receiver had a chance. Instead of him tucking it, the receiver got the hand in and knocked it out. Look, I like Stephon Sullivan. I like Drake Davis. I like D. Anderson. They're big, tall, fast guys. LSU's got to get more from their wide receivers. And we know they run the football well, Mike, but they've got to start doing better with playing pitch and catch.
Etlin was 9 of 18 tonight. Couple of touchdowns, one on the little shuffle thing. That's pedestrian numbers. I mean, that's not earth-shattering numbers, but it might be the numbers that you got to have, if you're going to get 393 yards rushing like they did.
But you won't get that.
I stand corrected. He was 9 for 13 for 200 yards.
Against LSU, though.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Alabama has a bevy of running backs, and as well as their quarterback and
big
their backup
offensive line. I mean, they're the number one team in the nation.
So, look, Mike, we want to have the 24-hour rule and enjoy this one a little bit, but it will be one gargantuan obstacle to overcome. We'll find out when the game is at 7 o'clock. But look, it's been six tries since LSU's beaten Alabama. In 11, they missed all those field goals, and Drew Allamont kicked the winner, Brad Wing holding it. LSU had a really good team, and they have not beaten them since. Mike, I'll just ask you the question of the night. Is Danny Etlin good enough to lead LSU over the Crimson Tide, and is the LSU defense good enough to plug up some of those holes we saw tonight, Ole Miss running through?
If they throw the ball short, they could beat Alabama. But if they throw the ball long, interception.
All right, Mike, we appreciate it.
And don't beat up Stephon Sullivan. We still need him for a few more games, Mike.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
all right, y'all.
All right, I want to correct myself. I said Etlin was 9 of 18. I'm wrong. He was 9 of 13. I guess I should have put the glasses on for that one. 9 of 13 for 200 yards. That's good numbers, 2 touchdowns. Buddy was correct earlier. LSU did not turn the ball over. Again, if you missed it, Geis finished with 276 yards on 22 carries. Darrell Williams, 100 yards rushing, 100 yards receiving out of the backfield. Wide receivers did not catch a single pass in the game tonight.
Well, Zord ought to know the stat, whether or not there's I think Fournette may have done it, but then again, not really.
Receiving.
100 receiving, 100 rushing the same game. Probably not, but we'll
Here's
see.
a recruiting question, and then here's a text. LSU at best has a 10% chance of beating Alabama. Recruiting Jordan Lovin, the quarterback at Riverside. Do you know if LSU's recruiting him? That came in on a text message.
I have not heard much with him. I do know some people in that area like him a lot, but I don't think that he has got anything as far as an official visit. I think that they're probably waiting to see what happens. They are trying to get the duo from Parkway, and of course we know Justin is hurt, and Terrace Marshall, his big-time wide receiver, is hurt as well.
It's official. The Houston Astros are in the World Series. They beat the Yankees in Game 7 of the American League Championship Series tonight, 4-0 right down the highway in Houston. Game 1 of the World Series Tuesday night in Los Angeles. Dodgers hosting the Astros. We're getting a lot of texts about that. And looking at what happened in Houston with Hurricane Harvey, good thing. I was in Houston this summer, saw the Astros play twice. Beautiful ballpark. I enjoyed it. Had the press pass. I was down on the field with Bregman and others for that. Very good to see the Astros in the World Series. Astros Dodgers, two of the best teams all year long, and they will meet beginning Tuesday night as Game 1 in L.A.
Astros will have to hit a little bit better. They've Bregman and who was the guy that went like 0 for 22? There's a couple. Reddick. Now Altuve.
That happens. That happens.
It does, but I'm just saying. Besides Altuve, you got to have somebody that get hot. But LA has been the best team in all of baseball this year. I think it's going to be a great series.
Let's go back to LSU. We're getting text message says LSU won't get 50 yards rushing against Alabama. Here's what you got to know. Forget Charlie McClendon, Bear Bryant, Jerry Stovall beating them in 82, Les Miles, the field goals, the game in the dome. Forget all of that. Alabama is the #1 team in the country now by far. I think most people would agree with that based on everybody else that has lost recently. So they're the best team in the country. They are strong on offense, defense, special teams. Their second team would probably finish in the top 3 of the SEC. That's how good Alabama is. So it's a huge challenge for LSU, but one that I think they can meet and accept this challenge. I don't know what's going to happen in the game. We'll figure that out in the next 2 weeks. But LSU has just won 3 straight games in league play, 2 of those on the road, 2 of those against teams that were ranked when they beat them. And who on earth would have thought that after the Saturday night when they lost to Troy a couple weeks back?
I would bet that guy who texts that or that lady texts that anything they want, except, TK, you know the college rule with statistics. If your quarterback gets sacked, it comes off your rushing total. So, look, I think Geis is going to have some plays against Alabama. Darrell Williams, I liked it a lot when they had Geis and Williams in the same backfield. They started the game. I think they'll start that game when they brought Williams out and then threw it to him, and he ran down the sidelines. Great play. Geis coming in motion with the jet sweep. Excellent play. But, you know, you're going to have to make some throws. Otherwise, you're going to see them creeping up and up and up and invariably 7 or 8 in the box.
Well, and I think what we're seeing now, there's 8 games in the books. LSU's 6-2. They're 3-1 in league play. What we're seeing is the fact that Matt Canada's offense can work.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, no passes to the wide receivers tonight. Okay, that's that. Okay, things will keep coming together. But like the play to Morrow when he was wide open, busted coverage, the play you described to Darrell Williams. You know, if you think about it, you've seen other teams with great offensive minds end up with those plays like, how'd that guy get that wide open? Or how's he running free like that? We're starting to see a little glimpse of that with Matt Canada's offense, okay? Good thing Coach Orgeron's not going to fool with it anymore.
No doubt.
That was a mistake that he probably learned from.
Yeah.
I'll say he did learn from it.
I hope so.
So I think we're starting to see a little bit of that. Is it enough to beat Alabama? I don't know. Bama is very good, people. Say what you want, all the side stories, Saban, etc. Alabama is very, very good. They're the #1 team in the country. Nobody's not going to vote them #1. We're going to take a break, come back, get some more text messages back to the phone lines right after this pause. Still to come, Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com. His thoughts are about a little more than 10 minutes away. Ronnie Rance will join us from Oxford. He's been in the locker room, as he does join us each and every week. We're back with more WUBR, CBS Sports Radio, Baton Rouge, and Pelican Sports TV. Stay with us.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a Formula Fair.
My name is Raven. I work at Debbie's Bridal, and she makes your dreams come true.
Acord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Acord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including Optimap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Acord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Acord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hi, I'm Jordy Helper for Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market at 12451 Old Jefferson Highway. Chairman's Reserve steaks, their pork, their chicken, their seafood, top of the line. Primo barbecue pits, Icy Tech coolers. They can go anywhere and cater anything for you. Go to 751-7665 to call Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market, where good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood Market.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
With the Pelican Sports post-game show, LSU 40 and the Ole Miss Rebels 24. Houston 4, New York nothing. That would be the Astros over the Yankees. Bill and Gonzalez. Bill, I know you want to talk about those Astros. Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah. Hi again, guys. Hey, look, the schedule makers did it to us 2 weeks in a row here with the Tigers and Astros playing opposite each other. I heard a few minutes ago y'all touched upon it. I've been a lifelong Astros fan, and, you know, it couldn't be any sweeter than to beat the Yankees. And it was 4-0 tonight. Pitching was magnificent by both Martin and McCullers. And so the Astros are in the series.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Appreciate it.
Bill was probably punching. I'm known to punch, and TK, it's hard to watch stuff with me because my brain is always going, but I was flipping back and forth. I know you were too. Still watching a lot of college football games. Notre Dame, folks, looks like they're back. You know, the national people will be talking about them this week. Alabama's still very good, and LSU 3 in a row. You got to like it.
And the World Series will begin Tuesday night in Los Angeles, Game 1, Dodgers hosting Astros. Let's go to Troy in Lafayette. Troy, you're on the post-game show.
Hey, guys, thank you very much. I just flipped over from watching baseball as well, but one thing that concerned me a little bit tonight was the tackling on the team. I felt like we missed a lot of tackles, and you know, you look at a team like Alabama coming here, or us going there in 2 weeks. They're going to make the most of that. What is it? Youth? Is it inexperience? What do you guys think's the problem with the poor tackling?
You know, it's interesting, Troy. You have a real tough balance with coaches who, during the work week, have to make a determination and decision on how much you're going to have live tackling at practice. And with LSU having so many injuries, Coach O cut back a little bit, but then, like John Battle was in a gold jersey and couldn't tackle, and then he gets in the game, and all of a sudden, he's missing tackles. So I think it's a combination of a lot of fundamentals that wasn't adhered to tonight, and guys just kind of woofing. But there's no doubt now. Look, Bama will put 40-something on LSU if they tackle like they did tonight. 2 weeks from tonight, Troy.
Well, And you know that, and that's fine, buddy. Too. You know, one of the things, you know, we dropped the game against Alabama, and we win the next 3 after that. We finished 9-3. I think everybody in Tiger land would have been very happy with a 9-3 football team, and you know, to finish 6-2 in the SEC would be, I think, a fine year. So there's a lot of upside. There's a lot of positives here. We just got to, you know, keep believing and go Tigers.
Troy, here's the other thing. You talk about if they finish with those numbers, okay? Whether people want to hear this or not, it's a transition year for LSU. There's a new head coach. There's a new offensive coordinator. You had some player attrition, which happens when you get a new coach at most schools. So you know, some LSU fans don't want to hear that, but I think it's true.
And let me add this.
I agree with you 100%.
And Troy, let me add this little caveat. This football team is getting better, guys. Darius Geis looked like Darius Geis tonight. Arden Key looked like Arden Key tonight. And it's very easy to gripe about Danny missing throws or whatever, but that is one tough, hard-nosed son of a gun. He scrambled a couple times. He got in the touchdown. I thought Canada did a better job of play calling. Connor Cope's got a groove on. But here are the 3 things that you got to clean up, Troy. Number 1, like you alluded to, tackling. If they're going to gash LSU up the gut, it will be a long day or a long night in Tuscaloosa. Number 2, you got to throw the ball to your wide receivers. Gage dropped 1. Stephon Sullivan dropped 1. You can't have any drops on that. And I hate to say it again, Troy, but as Gamble started to kick off more and more and more, TK, he was hitting 320-yard drives, but now he started hitting them at 250 at the end. The golf football analogy, Troy, he lost some of his leg strength, and those returns on kickoffs were certainly not pretty to look at. But +3 in a turnover ratio, a lot of positives, but those 3 things that we just talked about, you got 2 weeks to clean those up, Troy.
Buddy, I agree with you totally.
Okay, man.
Thank you, Troy. All right, buddy, here is a tweet from LSU football. Darrell Williams is the first player in LSU history to record 100 yards rushing and 100 yards receiving. He's the very first to ever do that. And trust me, there have been a lot of great receivers and running backs to run through the halls at LSU, and not a one of them has ever done what Darrell Williams has done tonight.
And a little trivia that I did hear on the way over here is that he's the first running back to have over 100 yards receiving in a game since Eddie Fuller, who's on this show, does a great job with us both on TV and radio. And Eddie's a real class guy. We'll have him on, obviously, the week of Bama. I'll have Drew Alamo on, the guy who kicked the winning points the last time LSU beat Alabama. And I know we'll have plenty of time. You'll be in heaven because the World Series, the Dodgers and Astros, you know, they used to be in the same division in the NL West. And that would be something if the Hurricane Harvey victims, many of them are going to be years before they get back. That would certainly give them something to hang their hat on.
We're going to take a break, come back. We're going to connect with Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com. He'll join us for his observations on the game. All of that's next, right after this pause. Stay with us.
All right.
Cypress Lake Apartments are conveniently located off Segan Lane in Baton Rouge, a CLK multifamily management property. Come see this community, which has many amenities, including swimming pools, fitness room, playground, and much more. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. Stop by Cypress Lake Apartments, call 225-293-6789, or go online, live at cypresslakeapts.com.
6, 5, 4, 3.
I'm back. Roger Cador here. Come watch Clarence Bugs and I as we team up to bring up all of the positive things taking place at Southern University in the state of Louisiana. It can all be seen on the Pelican Sports. That's the best one. That's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. That's the best one.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hooper Road Car Care in Central has been serving customers for over 24 years. Locally owned by Donald and Gina Gaspard, they provide all types of car care, including brakes, alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, AC service, transmission, computer diagnostic, and much more. Hooper Road Car Care also provides towing services. Call 225-262-7127. Open Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5:30, 9695 Hooper Road in Central. We continue with the Pelican Sports post-game show. Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com. He's with us. Good evening, Brian. How are you?
Good. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing well. Your initial thoughts and observations on LSU 40, Ole Miss 24.
Well, look, everybody's been waiting for LSU their running backs to have a good game, and you certainly got that tonight from Geis and Williams. 276 yards for Geis, and what was Williams? 103. So both those guys had over 100 yards. And look, I think there's a couple of factors. Number one, Geis certainly looked healthier tonight than he's been at any time this year. So that's number one. And number two, Ole Miss is not good against the run. So I think it was a combination of those two things, a healthier Geis, a healthier Williams, and a mediocre run defense in Ole Miss, and that's what happens. You know, we saw Fournette have a big game against Ole Miss running the ball last year, and now we see Geis doing it tonight. So that's really, I don't think, look, I think I said that I expected those two guys to combine for 175 yards. I didn't expect them for them to combine for 375 yards. And then defensively, again, one-dimensional offenses don't give LSU problems. And, Ole Miss did have some success running the football on LSU. And I think that's because LSU was really more concerned with stopping the pass, and they did a very good job, against Patterson, got him out of the game for a while, and, intercepted him 3 times and really never let him get into, any type of rhythm. And LSU defensive backs, and particularly I'm going to say, Tolliver and Dante Jackson, in one-on-one matchups with Ole Miss receivers, they, did a great job knocking balls away again.
Hey, Brian, what was the deal with the linebacker opposite of Devin White tonight? Didn't see a lot of Donnie Alexander. Saw Tyler Taylor as well as Jacob Phillips. What do you think's going on there? Are they getting these guys ready to take over? Donnie in the doghouse hadn't played well enough. And the biggest concern we've had from callers is some of the holes and some of the gashing that Ole Miss did with the run game. What do you attribute that to? Because if Bama has, with their bevy of backs, they've got holes like that, they certainly will accrue quite a few rushing yards.
Well, remember this, Donnie Alexander was in a gold jersey early in the week.
Yeah.
So I know I believe he's in there. I don't know. I know 1 day, maybe 2 days. So I'm saying that he didn't play tonight because of an injury.
Okay.
You know, that's what I'm assuming. I don't think there's anything more than that. You know, if this is a case where he'd been practicing all week, then I'd say, well, no, there's some other issue. But he was now I do know this. Wednesday he was in a white jersey, which meant full go. But again, after the practice, I'm sure what they did was, let's let him go full on Wednesday and see how he goes. And there's a good chance that after the practice Wednesday, he wasn't 100%. So that's why they held him out tonight. So I don't think there's anything more than that. You know, the way Ole Miss ran the ball, look, I think that LSU was more concerned about stopping the pass, and I really didn't think that was a priority. And if they turned Ole Miss into a team where they were going to just run the ball, they knew that wasn't going to beat them. So I think that was an issue. And look, don't anybody think anything about make any type of comparisons. Don't say, oh, this LSU running game is really clicking now because they ran for 375, Geis and Williams tonight, and now they're ready to roll. Look, you're facing a totally different type of animal in 2 weeks when you're going to run up against Alabama's defense. So it's not even the same thing. LSU's not seen a front seven like Alabama, hasn't seen a defense like Alabama all year. So they just got to go out and play as well as they can against Bama and just see what happens.
Yeah, they're certainly going to have the open date, you know, so we all got time to start digesting it and figuring it out and all that good stuff. And I think it's LSU's. It's a big plus, you know, obviously winning 3 in a row in league play, 2 of those on the road, 2 of those against teams who were ranked when they beat them. So confidence shouldn't be an issue. We've been kicking around how big of a favorite Bama would be. I know that's not the most important thing, but it is something to look at. But as you said, Brian, and I said it a little while ago before you came on, Bama is the best team in the country according to most everybody. So that's who you're going to play in their backyard. So it's a tall order. We'll have to see what happens.
And here's a question, Brian, that everybody will talk about in the next couple of weeks. What can Danny Etling do to get better, to give LSU a chance to beat Alabama?
He's nothing. He can't do anything to get better. There's nothing he can do.
Right.
He is who he is. Look, LSU didn't complete a pass to a wide receiver tonight. Now, I mean, look, if they don't complete a pass to a wide receiver against Alabama, they're probably going to gain about 100 yards. Leonard Fournette, last year against Ole Miss, he ran for what,
284.
284.
On 16 carries.
And 2 weeks later against Alabama, what did he run for?
Well,
23.
Yeah, so I mean that's it's. Don't anybody think that what happened tonight is going to have a bearing on the game in 2 weeks? It's not. You played one of the worst. You played a second division team tonight. You played a team who has victories over South Alabama, Tennessee Martin, and Vanderbilt. They lost by 63 points to Alabama. They lost by 63. You know, they were losing to Auburn by, 38. In that game, and they tacked on a couple touchdowns to make it respectable at the end. So this is not, all you can do is this. You just go out there and play as well as you can play and hope Alabama has a bad game. And you've seen, let's look at the games that have been played in Bryant-Denny since Nick Saban was the coach. The first year, LSU had the far superior team in 2007. Okay? That Alabama team lost 6 games, and LSU barely won.
31-24, something like that.
I believe it was 34-27.
Yeah, about 7, yeah.
Yeah, they got the fumble late.
Chad Jones and Jacob Hester.
Chad Jones and scored a touchdown. Okay. Yeah. Then the next time was the 9-6 game where Alabama missed tons of field goals.
5 field goals.
They missed all. And then the last 2 games have been exactly alike. LSU has played with them for a half, and then in the third quarter,
wear them down.
They got worn down on both sides of the line of scrimmage and ended up losing, 14 to 17 points. Now, if you'd asked me how this game is going to go 2 weeks out, that's what I would say. LSU is going to play with them for about a half, and then Alabama's going to, probably wear them down with the line, with what they have, particularly Alabama's offensive line. Alabama's offensive line. And LSU's going to have to find some kind of way to move the ball through the air. You're not going to run on Alabama. Okay, you're not going to hand you certainly aren't going to do what you did tonight, where let's just hand the ball off to the running back and gain yardage. You're not doing that against Alabama.
Ryan, tell everybody what's happening at TigerBait.com. Hoop season's getting closer.
Yep, www.tigerbait.com. Recap of the game tonight. And then, basketball, you have in the next 10 days, you have the 2 closed scrimmages they have playing. I think they have one closed scrimmage next Saturday with South Alabama. The following Saturday, they have a closed scrimmage with Texas. And then in between on Halloween night, they have the Hurricane charity exhibition against Tulane down in New Orleans on, I believe that's Halloween night. So LSU getting close to the opening of the basketball season. And look, this football team, forget about the Alabama game for right now. If they can win the other three games in November, they will go 6-2 in the conference at worst, and they would have 9 wins in the regular season with a chance to get 10 in a bowl. And if they come out with that type of record, say 10-3, 6-2 in the conference, outstanding first year for Ed Orgeron. And where this team was after the loss to Troy would be quite a comeback.
All right, Brian, we appreciate it as always. We'll visit again in 2 weeks.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, talk to you guys later.
He mentioned Fournette, going against Bama, but it reminded me of one of the funniest things I ever read. You ready for this? Last year when the NFL Combine was on, all the Bama fans were turning it on because they'd never seen Fournette run for 40 yards. That was funny stuff now. Okay, I know it's being critical, but that was funny stuff.
Well, I will say this. The thing that I was expecting Brian to talk about is the short passing game. And I text you, and I think you and I agreed, the longer the play goes, the more Danny struggles. But the dink and dunk, like the pass to Darrell Williams early in the game, that is what people are going to say you're going to have to do to beat Alabama. Wide receivers did drop some balls, but by the way, back to Will Wade. If there's a Will, there's a Wade. Big-time verbal commitment. Darius Days from Gainesville, Florida. Now, we all know what the depths and the low point for basketball was last year, losing 15 straight. But they beat out Florida and North Carolina for this power forward to come in with the 2 studs he already has. So Will Wade's knocking them dead. Get your tickets now. It's going to be some sellouts this year, and in 2 years they're going to be really good. But like Brian says, you get to 9-3, TK. The perception
that would be remarkable.
The perception that we talked about 2-3 weeks ago would be totally changed. You get back to recruiting. You get these kids in here. 3 weeks ago, people had LSU on the side of the road for dead. And this has been a great revival. And give Coach O, and whether people criticize it or not, ever since everybody got those meetings, players, ADs, coaches, coordinators, and let it out, hey, they're playing a lot better.
We had a text earlier, the loss to Troy may get looked back on as a turning point. You can say it now, considering that, but maybe years from now, if they're having tremendous success and they're in a playoff, maybe everybody will look back to the loss to Troy and then the 700 meetings that they had and Coach throwing people under the bus at the presser and at the radio show. Maybe that will be looked back on then. I don't know. I don't know that much about the future. But
Connor Culp hadn't missed a field goal kick since they threw the kickers under the bus.
Yeah, so no question.
Chicken on the stick, Ed. Get you some tonight.
Yeah, he's probably getting it. They probably go. That woman should deliver it to him with all the business he got her.
No doubt about it.
We're going to take a break. Come back. Ronnie Rance of Sports Shorts Radio and Sports Shorts TV, and the Louisiana Music Hall, Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation. I'll get it right. Buddy Sanji, Tommy Chrysan, stay with us.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Medicare's annual election period has begun. If you already have Medicare, new benefits may now be available with no copays, no deductibles, or $0 premiums. Call now to speak to a licensed insurance agent who can help guide you step by step through a free analysis of the benefits available to you. And you may be eligible for plans that even include additional coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. MedicareAdvantage.com searches thousands of insurance plans from leading insurance companies. We'll help you find plans that may cost you less, cover more benefits, and give you more choices, like home delivery of your prescriptions, gym memberships, and even over-the-counter allowances for everyday needs, like antacid, allergy medicine, vitamins, and even toothpaste. Don't miss the deadline to enroll. It's time to get more out of Medicare.
Call 800-230-3306. That's 800-230-3306. 800-230-3306. Call now.
My name is Dr. Nicole Rogers, and I'm here in Old Metairie, Louisiana at Hair Restoration of the South, where your hair is our care. And I'd like to invite you to come and visit and discuss various options for treatment of thinning hair. These can include both medical and surgical options. You don't have to go straight to surgery. In the meantime, feel free to check out our website, hairrestorationofthesouth.com, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Spread the roar. That's right, Tigers Roar. Each Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and New Orleans. Replays are Thursday through Saturday, and the show is available at youtube.com/Pelican Broadcasting. Tommy Chrysan and Jordy Holtberg will have the latest on LSU football, LSU sports, and sports from across Louisiana. Spread the roar. Tigers Roar on Pelican Sports TV.
Pelican Sports post-game show, LSU 40, Ole Miss 24. Let's go to Oxford, Mississippi, visit with Ronnie Rance of Sports Shorts Radio, Sports Shorts TV, and the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation. Ronnie, good evening. How are you?
Doing well, fellas.
What did Coach O have to say after the game?
Well, Coach O did what he normally does, which is kind of, deflect those praise, and he downplayed the homecoming, the reunion, but obviously it was something that he I'm sure is going to rest easy with tonight and be quite happy that the Tigers won. But he gave a lot of credit to the team, the coaching staff, and said that ever since the Troy game, this team has kind of taken ownership. They've practiced with more intensity. They've just been dedicated to the film work. They put a lot more time in off the field, and it's paying dividends.
Jumbo game from Darius Geis. You could see it on the TV. As soon as he made his first couple of runs, I think 11 and maybe 10 yards. Could you tell where you at that was truly the 5 that we watched last year, the number 5 Darius Geis?
Well, he says he's 100% healthy. As a matter of fact, at the end of the game, he told Gordy and I on the sidelines that, yeah, I'm 100%. And the thing that that Darius Geis, I don't know if he's 100, but if he's 90+%, is the lateral quickness. I mean, nobody can go side to side and do the jump cuts and the vision running laterally as good as he can in the country. I mean, that's his specialty, and that's what made the difference tonight on the big runs. It wasn't so much the north-south. It was the cutbacks and the lateral quickness that gave him the distance. And I think as he gets healthier, you know, with the 2 weeks off before the Alabama game, and then later in the year as the defense gets, you know, tired and worn down, that's when Darius is probably going to be the healthiest.
Ronnie, what did some of the players that you talked to have to say after the game?
Well, you know, Christian Lockhart, I talked to him, and of course he's really one of the main leaders of that defense. And, you know, he just talked about how this team has just, it's been such a crazy year. Obviously this last 3-4 weeks has been amazing, the turnaround. And, you know, there's not one thing you can put your finger on, but he said they had a players-only meeting, of course, after the Troy loss. They've had meetings with the team, and they've heard from the alumni of their displeasure, and they've taken it personally. And you know, with the NCAA rules on the limitations on practice and time and all that on the field, you have to do a lot of stuff off the field individually. And they put a lot more emphasis in the film work, guys being more prepared, and also he talked about how the defense of secondary, all those young guys have just continued to play better and better. And today was a culmination of that. I mean, they absolutely shut down Ole Miss's passing attack.
Jumbo obviously playing ahead this week instead of coming from behind like last week against Auburn. Players and Coach O talk about wanting to get the lead, take the crowd out of the game, and then be able to do what they wanted to do. Obviously, Ole Miss statistically had the Swiss cheese defense, but you could just tell. And did they also talk about going forward, especially in 2 weeks, not settling for field goals and converting for touchdowns?
Yeah, I mean, to a man, everybody said that over the next 2 weeks, the goal, number one, is to get healthy. You know, you can tell this team has been better over the last couple of weeks as they've gotten healthier. They still can get healthier, especially on an offensive defensive line. They will use the next 2 weeks to do that. But then also, they know that the task at hand is you got to play perfect against Alabama. I mean, you're going to have to not turn the football over, and you're going to have to play a perfect game, buddy. Now, if you do have to settle for field goals, I mean, Connor Cole, who we talked to as well, he said those 2 kicks last week in the fourth quarter against Auburn has given him that confidence and that calm to go out there and feel like he can make every kick. And I feel like now they've got tremendous, confidence in the kicking game if need be.
Yeah, certainly Culp has done a job since Coach threw them all under the bus, the kickers, after that one radio show that he did. So that's all worked. And like you said, they got to play a perfect game. Bama's got to make a couple mistakes to give them a realistic chance. Ronnie, take a stab at what do you think the point spread will be, Bama-LSU in 2 weeks?
I would think, I'm going to say Alabama probably 16.5.
Well, Buddy said 17. I thought a little lower than that because LSU has won 3 straight, 2 on the road. But, you know, hey, we'll know that next week.
I would think that the number probably will start at 17, like Buddy said, but it's going to inevitably probably come down as people start to, live for the glory days of the LSU, rivalry with this game, especially last year, 10-0 LSU, playing them as well as anybody before Clemson. 17, but may go off at 15.5, buddy. What do you think?
Well, I don't know what it will do, but as you guys were talking, I was just thinking, folks, this gives you a little positive karma, but Alabama has never really had to defend Darius Geis. He didn't play when he was one of the true freshmen, and last year he got 2 carries for 8 yards, and Fournette got 16, 17 carries, whatever it was.
For 23.
So that'll be interesting. Ronnie, a little history tonight. I know you know it. Geis became the first player in SEC history to have 3 games over 250. And tonight, Darrell Williams, the first LSU Tiger to ever have over 100 rushing and receiving in the same game. I thought we saw a little bit more what Matt Canada likes to do, but let's not kid each other. LSU will have to play pitch and catch better and complete some balls to wide receivers.
You got to remember, the team that they're about to play beat the team they played tonight 66-3.
Understand all that.
Ronnie, tell us about Sports Shorts Radio, Sports Shorts TV, and the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation.
Well, check us out. We'll be Monday nights at 9, Tuesdays at 8 right here in Pelican. Of course, we'll be talking a lot about not only this game, but, of course, looking ahead to the LSU-Alabama game. And then Sports Shorts Radio, 6 to 8 on Mondays on ESPN Radio in Baton Rouge. And talking about the Hall of Fame, guys, visited with Archie Manning today. He and Olivia were at the game, a couple suites down from the Greystone Country Club suite over there up in Oxford. And Archie was there, stayed to the bitter end. And, of course, his son, Peyton Manning, will be going into Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame in 2019.
Awesome.
All right, Ronnie, as always, we appreciate it. Safe travels home.
All right, guys. Thank
you, Jumbo.
All right, good stuff there. Buddy, I'm going to repeat what I just said. The team that LSU plays in 2 weeks beat the team that LSU beat tonight 66-3.
I'm going to repeat what I just said. Alabama has never had to face Darius Geis as the main guy. I think Darius Geis will have some success against Alabama.
I think with 393 yards rushing tonight, we got to give some props to the offensive line as well.
Props to the offensive line, props to Matt Canada, props to Coach O to get his hands,
Stay out of the offensive meetings.
This,
Just let them meet.
Well, no.
Don't go in there.
You make $3.5 million, okay. It's hard for your ego
Stay
to
out
be
of
put in
there.
the closet. But
Let them coach.
Aranda has done great things with adjustments. Canada's done great things. I agree with Brian Lazar. I think this is going to be a very competitive ball game at halftime, and you got to like the way LSU's making adjustments. Once again, though, at the line of scrimmage, Alabama is appreciably better. But, look, it looks a lot better now than it did 3 weeks ago when we all thought they would struggle to get to 6-6.
They're bowl eligible after tonight. How about that? We're
Get low. You're going bowling.
We're going to take our final break of the evening, come back with some closing comments, some closing thoughts, some stats, some numbers. Buddy Sanji, Tommy Krysan on WUBR and Pelican Sports TV. Stay with us. Accord Eye Clinic Vision Source is located on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge, offering full-service optical and lab work. Dr. Shonda Accord and the professionally trained staff pride themselves on service, complete eye exams, help with contact lenses, and selection of frames featuring Silhouette, Gucci, Jimmy Choo, and all the top lines. State-of-the-art equipment including Optimap, which digitally photographs your retina. Call Accord Eye Clinic for an appointment, 225-767-3937. That's 225-767-3937. Visit the website, visionsource-br.com. All patients of all ages are welcome. Accord Eye Clinic, Vision Source.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello, my name is Debbie. Welcome to Debbie's Bridal, a formal affair.
My name is Raven. I work at Debbie's Bridal, and she makes your dreams come true.
Spread the roar. That's right, Tigers Roar. Each Wednesday night at 8 p.m., Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and New Orleans. Replays are Thursday through Saturday, and the show is available at youtube.com/Pelican Broadcasting. Tommy Krysan and Jordy Holtberg will have the latest on LSU football, LSU sports, and sports from across Louisiana. Spread the roar. Tigers Roar on Pelican Sports TV.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. taste the feeling.
All right, final segment here on the post-game show. LSU wins 40-24. Open date next week. It'll be a lot of fun on the local radio with Jordy and Buddy and I and Carlos and Dave and the whole gang. So be sure to get the free app, WUBR, 9-10 a.m. on the old radio dial. Joe Savello said to tell you hello, by the way.
Oh, good. Tell Joe
He
hello.
came out to one of my radio remotes the other day.
Cool.
But anyway, it's going to be an open date. There's no Tiger game. Lots of Halloween stuff going on next Saturday night. We won't be here, but we will be back the following Saturday. Tigers Roar will be here this Wednesday night. Going to take a little slant on the basketball, since we typically do that when the football team has the open date. We're going to get you some stuff from Tiger basketball. Mr. Holtberg is working on that as I speak, and we'll get that ready. But it's 2-week build-up. Alabama also has the open date. You probably knew that already. So it's almost like that old, build it up to the big game. Winner of this game will be in control in the SEC Western Division.
But like we said often tonight, look, LSU will be a prohibitive favorite, whether it's 14,
Underdog.
17,
Underdog.
underdog, or 20, whatever it ends up being. They've got to throw the ball a little bit better, but the running game looked good. Geis looked back to his old self, and when he's healthy, he's really good, like Brian and Jumbo talked about the lateral cuts and some of the things he does. Etling, you're going to have to protect him. He's going to have to dink and dunk, going to have to shore up the tackling. But they were +3 in the turnover ratio. They made all their field goal kicks. Still some things, but this team is getting better, TK. And 9-3, if you play a good competitive game against Bama and then beat a low Arkansas and Tennessee team, finish off in Tiger Stadium, beating A&M, 9-3 with an uptick, we're talking about a great turnaround, and Coach O starting to do the kind of things that we all expected.
That'll make people excited about the 2018 season, no
Sure.
doubt. A couple of things as we ended up, Darrell Williams becomes the first player in LSU football history to rush for 100 yards and receive 100 yards. And there have been a lot of great players at LSU that never accomplished that. So a huge tip of the hat to Darrell Williams. Darius Geis with 276 yards tonight rushing. Big-time numbers there, no question about that. Also a tip of the hat to Connor Culp for nailing the field goals that he nailed. He hadn't missed since Coach Orgeron blasted the place kicker, so that's a good thing. They're going to need all of that and much more in 2 weeks. So enjoy it while you can, and get ready for a couple of weeks down the road when they'll head over to Tuscaloosa. That place will be packed. Tons of LSU people will be heading to Tuscaloosa.
Ton of Manda products for our tailgate here.
And we don't know the kickoff time yet, but you can expect prime time. We should know that Monday morning.
Hey, as always, appreciate all of our great sponsors. Appreciate you.
Shout out to
listeners.
Alan again. Get better.
Yep, Alan Trail will get better. We'll get you back here next time
For
we
Bama.
broadcast. And once again, Tiger fans, great night. Enjoy it because they've turned the corner.
All right, we want to thank Brian Lazar of TigerBait.com. We want to thank Ronnie Rance of Sports Shorts Radio, Sports Shorts TV, and the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation for their usual contribution on the post-game show. Most importantly, we want to thank you for all the phone calls, all the text messages that came in. We appreciate it very much. Like us on Facebook, Twitter, the whole bit. On behalf of everybody in the Pelican crew, including Buddy Sanji, my name's Tommy Christ, and Tigers win 40-24. Talk to you in 2 weeks.